Welcome back to the Talk Lab podcast, everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that almost every English learner dreams about: how to speak naturally, smoothly, and confidently, just like native speakers in real conversations. If you've ever felt that your English sounds too formal, too robotic, too textbook, or simply not fluent enough, then this episode is for you. Angelina, I'm really excited about today's discussion. I feel like this episode will unlock doors for so many learners.
Absolutely, Jack. Natural spoken English isn't something you achieve by memorizing grammar rules or repeating scripted textbook dialogues. It develops through exposure, real interaction, intuitive understanding, and a genuine sense of rhythm. Most learners think they need perfect grammar, but in reality, native speakers often break grammar rules in conversation and still communicate effectively. The real secret is flow, clarity, and emotional expression.
Exactly. One thing learners often misunderstand is that natural English is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking comfortably, with the right tone, emphasis, and conversational rhythm. Sometimes native speakers speak slowly, but very naturally. Sometimes they speed up. It depends on context, relationship, personality, and energy.
Right. And the key to sounding natural is learning how English speakers actually connect ideas. For example, instead of saying, "I would like to go to the store because I want to buy some fruit," a native speaker might say, "I'd like to run to the store. Gonna grab some fruit real quick." Fewer words, but more natural flow. Understanding these simplified, casual structures is essential.
Another crucial aspect is intonation. You can say the same sentence in different ways, and it will mean something different. For example, I didn't say he stole the money. Depending on which word you stress, the meaning changes dramatically. And this is something learners rarely practice.
Yes, intonation is the emotional engine of spoken English. When learners ignore it, their speech often sounds flat or unnatural. But when they start playing with pitch, tone, and emphasis, everything immediately feels more alive. That's why shadowing, imitating real dialogues, is incredibly useful.
Speaking of shadowing, one of the best ways to master natural English is to shadow native speaker conversations from movies, podcasts, or interviews. When you shadow, you're not just learning words. You're internalizing rhythm, pauses, fillers, reactions, micro-expressions, all the things textbooks can't teach.
Exactly. And learners shouldn't underestimate fillers. Fillers are not mistakes. They're conversational tools. Native speakers constantly use expressions like, "well, so, you know, I mean, actually, right? Basically." These words help you think while still sounding natural. They make the conversation smoother.
Another major element is the phrase-based nature of spoken English. Learners often focus too much on individual words, but natives think in chunks. For example, "to be honest with you, at the end of the day, you know what I mean?" The thing is, I'm not gonna lie. These chunks act like units. You don't translate them. You recall them instantly.
And the beauty is, once you master chunks, you sound natural without effort. Your brain doesn't need to construct sentences word by word anymore. It just retrieves ready-made expressions, and everything flows.
Listeners often ask us, why do native speakers sound so smooth? And the answer is, because they're not building sentences. They're connecting ideas using chunks, fillers, intonation, and relaxed contractions.
Right. Speaking of contractions, this is another area learners forget to practice. I am going to do it. I'm gonna do it. We have to leave now. We've gotta head out. You did not tell me. You didn't tell me. If you speak without contractions, you sound formal, and formal is not natural.
Another essential part of natural English is real reactions. Native speakers use short expressions to respond emotionally. Seriously? No way! You're kidding. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I see what you mean. That's wild. You can't be serious. These reactions make conversations feel alive and authentic.
Exactly. And learners rarely practice them. They focus on long sentences, but ignore the small emotional expressions that carry most of the conversational weight. If you want to sound natural, you must practice reacting, not just speaking.
Another important thing is describing feelings and thoughts in a natural way. Instead of, I am happy. Natives might say, I'm really glad about that. That makes me feel great. I'm excited. That totally brightened my day. Natural English is expressive, colorful, and emotional.
And storytelling is a huge part of natural communication. In daily life, people constantly share stories, short anecdotes, experiences, plans, memories. But textbook English doesn't teach storytelling skills. If you learn to tell even simple stories naturally, your English improves instantly.
Let's give a quick example. A learner might say, yesterday I went to the park. It was nice. A native speaker might say, so yesterday I ended up going to the park, right? And honestly, the weather was perfect. Sunny, but not too hot. There were kids running around, people chilling, music playing. Just a super relaxing atmosphere. Same meaning, but completely different vibe.
And that vibe is exactly what learners want, but don't know how to build. You build it through exposure, imitation, repetition, and emotional awareness.
And of course, another powerful part is cultural context. Natural English is based on cultural expectations. Politeness, styles, humor, indirectness, sarcasm, emotional expression. Understanding these elements allows you to participate in conversations more naturally.
Right. And the good news is, learners don't need to be perfect. They just need to be aware of these patterns. Even small adjustments make a huge difference.
Before we wrap up, let's give listeners a few practical exercises to boost natural fluency.
Absolutely. Shadow 5 to 10 minutes of native speech daily. Practice reacting with natural expressions. Use fillers to maintain flow. Speak with emotion, not monotone. Tell short stories using casual language. Record yourself and adjust your intonation. Imitate real conversations, not textbook dialogues.
And finally, don't aim for perfection. Aim for connection. Natural English is about communicating comfortably, not flawlessly.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more instinctive it becomes. Keep listening, keep speaking, keep imitating, and your natural fluency will grow steadily.
All right, everyone. Edwin, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope these insights help you speak more naturally, confidently, and smoothly.
Remember, the goal isn't to sound perfect. It's to sound alive, expressive, and authentic.
Thanks for joining us on the Talk Lab podcast. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next episode.